Okay, so we've been on a different, I don't know what you want to say. Like, we're out of order with 7th hour because they had calculators and you didn't a couple days. And so today's the day where we will, by the end of today, we'll be all on the same. So you can, I told them the other day, I was like, you got to quit asking your people in 1st hour if they had homework because you're not doing the same things right now. So they are not doing the same thing as you. They have already done the same things. What's it say on the board? 1st hour, warm-up lesson, homework. Oh my gosh. 1st hour, we're solving systems by graphing. 1st hour, we're doing a warm-up, a lesson, and homework. See, they just have homework. They're doing the worksheet that we did on Friday. Yeah, we just had homework. Because they just had homework on.
Not that hard.
No.
Connor, not all of us are as intelligent as you are.
Are you dyslexic?
So peeking the red is throwing me off.
So you're just stupid.
Oh, yikes.
Hey, go put up.
Wow.
Hey,
Connor. Okay. So when we talk about solving by graphing, there are definitely systems of equations that cannot be solved algebraically. So we need to have a way to solve those, right, Grayson? I'm sure you and Eli were talking all about that mystery of math. You have to have a way to solve systems that you can't solve by substitution or elimination or any other way. So most of these are nonlinear because if it was linear, we would just do it using substitution or elimination. We'll also talk about ones that you could solve by substitution or elimination, but we'll solve them by graphing also, just because it's a little bit nicer. So basically, the deal is that when you're solving by graphing, you're using your calculator to find any intersection points. So here's the first one. Whoops, sorry. X plus y is equal to 1. So as soon as you see something like natural log, it's not linear. We cannot solve it by hand, by substitution or graphing. Okay, so the way that we do this is we put natural log x into y1 into our calculator. We put this guy into y2. So y1, no problem. This is type in natural log x. Natural log's over on the left. We used them earlier this year. Your calculator, though, is not Desmos. Desmos will just take whatever you want in whatever order, like x plus y equals 1. Like put in your calculator, put it in Desmos, and it's fine. Not so with this calculator. It has to be y equals. So what do you need to do? Rearrange. So what do you got to do?
Subtract x.
Yep. So you're putting in your calculator y equals 1 minus x instead of x plus y equals 1. Okay, then hit graph. Okay, now let's talk about, they're not always going to be nice. So let's talk about using your calculator to get an intersection point. I need you to listen to me very carefully because there's some weird stuff with this. So second trace, it says calc up there because it's where you do all the calculating of things. Yep. Number 5 is intersect. So I would like you to look at what this asks you. So first of all, it says first curve. It's trying to grab onto that natural log at x equals 0. Yours might not be in the same place. There's no... Yep. There's no y value there. Do you see that? You have to get yourself so that you're actually on the graph. So if that blinky is not on the graph, it has to be on the graph. Otherwise, it won't work. But then once you're there, it asks you, is this the first curve? The reason it asks you that is because we will get into some situations where there's more than one line there. So, yep, we want the blue one. up there on the top, it tells you what it is, natural log of x. And then it jumps to the red one when you hit enter. So hit enter again. It does say guess, which seems pointless, but it's not. It's for when you have more than one intersection point, which we'll get to in a second. And then just hit enter. And it will find the exact intersection point for you, which is at 1, 0, which is the answer that you write down on your paper.
Yes.
Okay. Solving by calculator is always very good. Okay, so why don't you try this one? 3 minus log x and negative 2x plus y equals 1. Okay, so she get actually nice numbers on this one too. What do you get?
1, 3.
1, 3. Okay, this guy does have to be added to the other side. So you are graphing y equals 1 plus 2x and 3 minus log x. Okay, now, we're going to get a little bit more complicated here. You do have to press it 3 times. Okay, I want you to put this one in, and then I want you to just wait a second, okay? Because there's some calculator stuff we got to talk about. Did you guys say where's the to the third? Use the little caret key, which is above the divide. So divide with the caret key gets you the third power. Just make sure you go back down. Okay, so my thought to you is how many intersection points are there? There are 3. So in order to get your calculator to find them, so again, I heard somebody talking, so maybe I went too fast. To get into the intersect program, it's second trace up on the top row. So second trace because it says calc. And it's number 5, which is intersect. Okay. Now, first curve, yep, I'm on the intersection of blue and red. That's correct. This is where that guess becomes important. Your calculator, if you don't tell it which intersection point you want, it will just find whichever one it wants, and it will always find the same one. So when it says guess in there, just need to move your cursor over by the one you want to find. So I want to find the one on the left, and then just enter the third time, and then it will give you that one. So then your first intersection point is negative 3.13, negative 0.58. You have to do that program again. So you have to do second trace, intersect, and then enter, enter, enter in order to get the next one. Like you have to run it 3 times in order to get the intersection point, and every time you have to be close to the intersection point you want to find. It doesn't matter what order you do it. You can move it before you do the enters. You can do it while it says guess. It doesn't matter. Okay, point is you have to find all of them. Okay, so if you're solving this one has 3 answers. There's no way we could solve this algebraically at all because it's not a quadratic. So we have to have a calculator to do the things. Okay? Do you have questions right now?
No.
Are we okay? Was that no questions or not okay, Levi?
That's gonna wake me all day. Why is it not letting me do it?
Okay. So look what it's asking. It's asking you, is this the one you want? Yep, you want this one. So just when it says first group, just enter. And then it's gonna jump to the other one, just hit enter. That was on my way. And then enter one more time.
Does it not work if I'm not close enough to it?
It will go to whatever one you want. It wants it. Okay, so you have to do the second trace first. Yep, now go up to that one. Okay, so and it's the right or left arrow. There you go. Which is counter. There you go. Now you should do enter. And then we'll go. Okay. No. Yep. And then just enter.
Oh, yeah.
Yep, until it says intersection. Yeah, the first one. And then when you do the pin,
You know,
just go
Oh.
the other. So it's just nice, so whatever one you do, and then you go.
Oh.
And here's your next one. That's that right there. So, yep, so then. You just have to be closer to it than the other one.
Oh, it's the core, right?
So we'll find it even if it's the socket.
Now he's actually like.
Okay. So this is our last example.
Bro, if this page starts reading to us, dude, I'm gonna fall asleep, bro.
She gotta read this.
Gatsby.
Dude, I fell asleep to Miss Rod telling me the story. She would read it in the most monotone.
Oh, no. I don't want that. Sorry, that was harder than I wanted you to do.
Whoa.
What?
Just give us our homework already.
Nope.
I say we put up to a little.
It's not a democracy. Okay.
I just say
I don't think so, because I did the worksheet without listening to the lesson about it, and I got something back.
Okay.
That's front page right
So it's because that was the easy one.
I don't like. You know.
So the problem with this one, the bottom one, not a problem. The top one is where we have issues. Listen carefully, okay? This is a make it or break it on your homework. Okay? What do you have to do with this first one?
expand it.
No, don't even expand it.
Oh.
Gotta get y by itself. No, you can't square root. You have to move the x stuff first. Okay, then square root. So if we got y, I'm going to just rewrite it, of 16 minus x minus 4 squared. Okay? No, it's not y equals x. This is why we're going over this. So listen, when I square root this, a couple things you need to know. Because of the minus in there, I cannot just square root both pieces. Okay? That's illegal. So you have to leave it like this, and no big deal. Your calculator will handle it. Okay? No problem. However, wait a second. You square rooted. So it's plus or minus, which means you need to put into your calculator the square root of 16 minus this and negative square root of 16 minus this. Okay?
So do
So you're gonna have three. You're gonna have 3 lines. Okay. So put down your calculator and let's take a look at what happens. Okay, don't. Mm-hmm.
Why do we got a bracket going on?
Oh, we've got a bracket going around.
It's a circle.
Looks like a football.
That's a little cute.
Okay, so you should have this now. Do you know what shape that is?
Yeah, why is yours so round?
I did zoom differently. So if you want to see it look like it's supposed to, like I'll show you. You guys have this, right?
No.
So, well, if you don't, that's a problem.
Crazy guy.
Yours is way different.
Zoom 6. Okay, so you guys want to listen to me a second, please.
You French. That's why.
Okay, so I just want to listen to me about a calculator thing here. What shape is the calculator screen?
Square.
Rectangle.
No, it's a rectangle, Grayson.
Yeah.
It's a rectangle.
Square.
And if we're zoomed standard, that means we're going from positive 10 to negative 10 on the y, positive 10 to negative 10 on the x. But that means our x's and y's are not the same spacing because of the rectangularness of it. So if you want your calculator to show you the things that are supposed to, the way it's supposed to look, it's zoom, which is top middle, number 5. Zoom number 5 zooms it square so that you actually get things the shape they're supposed to be. Now, it doesn't matter, okay? I'm not going to ask you, hey, what shape is this? And mark it wrong if you're like, it's an oval. I'm not ever going to ask you that. Okay, it's totally going to be extra credit. What shape is this? However, listen carefully. Now we have 3 lines here. So when it comes up, so let me say this. I'm going to find this intersection point first, which is blue and black. Okay, so when it comes up and it says, is this the first curve? That's blue. That's the one I want. So blue. I don't want the intersection of blue and red, though. I want the intersection of blue and black. So to get to the next graph, you have to use the down arrow. Okay, if I go down arrow, that jumps me to the black graph. Okay, so that is important. That's why it says first curve and second curve, because you have these situations where you have more than 2 equations in there. So I want blue and black, and then I am at the right place, so I hit enter. There's the first one, 0.716 and 2.28. Okay, so one more time, if I'm going to go find the next one, second trace, number 5, I'm going to go over here. I want the red one and the black one, which it just gave me red and black, so I don't have to change anything. Whoops. Crap. Red, black. There's your other one, 6.28 and negative 3.28.
No, because the circle doesn't actually touch on the left side.
It does. If you found the intersection point of those two, it would give it to you. It's just because your calculator cannot graph a vertical line. And these are close enough to vertical because it's the edge of the circle.
Does that come to
Okay, that's a good. What are we looking for? We're looking for the intersection of this guy and his line. Right? Those two just make up the circle together.
One more time.
Okay, question?
I look rather mischievous like that.
All right. So that is all for that lesson.
Yeah.
She always looks like she's
Oh my gosh, can you just give us another work page and then bring it back again?
No.
my subjects are you so excited for the end of the year?
I am so excited. However, we got like 5 weeks left, so
No, we don't. But we're on the downhill stretch where I don't have like a single normal week of school until the end of the year. So it's gonna be fast, okay? And also 5 weeks is like an exaggeration. We have a month in a week.
Dang, homework.
how many weeks in a month, Ellen?
No, you gotta say it differently.